Hot. W's in the shot.
Oh, my man. Sorry about that. Where is the... There's no goddamn music. What?
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
How did you know that I was... Wow, immediately when I started talking, I was like, how did you know that I need water right now? It's probably because I sound like a fucking smoker. I'm actually really stressed today for no reason. And I've been feeling that way a lot lately. So I kind of just want to sing one song that's been helping me relax, actually. I don't know if that's a good idea, though, because I just started the YouTube. Can I sing one song I've never sung before? But I can try to sing it. What do you guys think? As a smoker, you sound worse than that? Oh my. Oi. What? But wait. Let me do my intro first. Hello, my name is Tamashii, and all I gotta say is Tama Days. I am a grumpy Latina VTuber who lives in Japan. And I think I have to add this in my intro now. I'm just gonna do like a very small PSA. I might talk about this eventually in the future, probably next week once I start sorting things out. But basically, I feel like I've gotten a lot of feedback, chat. This is my day, and this is why I've been kind of stressed, maybe. It seems like a lot of people do not like me being very open about issues like this, especially outside of TamaTalks. Sometimes when people ask me or say certain things, and if I feel like it's insensitive or wrong to say, I will point it out. And it just seems like people don't like that, and have left the community because of it. And I basically got confirmation, in my opinion, about it. And so I've been feeling a little uncomfortable, wondering if people have been like talking about me in a negative way because of it. And so personally, I feel like this is something I was expecting when I started TamaTalks anyway, right? And which is also a reason why I feel like I've either been having a harder time retaining viewers, and also why I've been getting what's it called? I'm gonna drink water because I still sound like a smoker. I don't know. I feel like the vibes are off sometimes when I go to certain places. So, and I think it's because I just ruffle feathers in a negative way. And I just want to like make it clear that I don't cater to people who can't put themselves in other people's shoes and can be charitable to what I'm saying. And I've always been that way, and I won't stop. And I feel like if I say that aggressively, it's probably because I feel threatened, and I feel like I have the right to feel that sometimes. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people don't watch my TamaTalks streams, which is okay. Honestly, it's fine. They're dark topics, and people always say this, that VTubers are not meant to talk about dark topics. They're just they're meant to entertain and shit. But they don't say that about like the negative drama tubers who fucking hang out with like the worst people on earth and start spreading racist shit, like undertone racist shit. And I'm just like, how come I am the villain for speaking on issues like this, but like, you know, the most popular VTubers out there hang out with fucking racists and art stealers and scammers and shit. So it's just like, I don't feel like I'm in the wrong for being a VTuber and talking about this. So to all the lurkers, I feel like I don't say this enough, maybe, perhaps. But to all the lurkers and all the people who are in chat right now and who keep coming back, ayo, but not in that way, who keep returning. There you go. Who keep returning and or watch the VODs or something, and lurk and just hear me yap. I really do appreciate it because my entire life, no one has cared for my feelings, and many people like me have just lived their lives like that forever. And it's sad because before I even became a VTuber, my goal has always been to be like, hey, I want to have fun, you know? I want to goof off. I want to be fucking stupid. You guys know me. Right now, this is the only day where I'm like actually serious. I'm not like trying to be stupid or act like I'm stupid or whatever the fuck, but I feel like today's the only day where I get to speak on stuff that really do affect me, and they affect me negatively, and it's the reason why I have a lot of issues, like, you know, in my daily life. I can't relax. I can't I'm always in fear for the worst, chat, especially now with what's happening in America. And I've always said this, if they do it to others, they will eventually do it to you, right? And the whole thing where like America's trying to basically make concentration camps for immigrants or anyone who is perceived to be an immigrant and slash basically criminal, that's what they mean. They want to send them to Guantanamo Bay, you know, with no evidence, without even trial, to a different country. So they won't even get a trial and won't have like the same legal rights as someone who gets prosecuted for something in America. And it's like, okay, you know, I have family who are considered to look like criminals. What am I gonna do if some motherfucker decides to hurt someone I love while I'm here in Japan? Stuff like that, you know? It's something I have to think about every day. Is something ever since the incident in December with my grandfather, I had to take the lead. Me being in Japan, and I was so grateful to my community who was willing to help me out through such a difficult time. My parents are very grateful to all of you guys who helped. That's why I had to call Dad so he can thank all of you too, because I know that he as a person would want to thank all of you guys, and whoever was there for that day. I think you guys heard my dad thank you personally on call. But you see, like, emergencies like that, like, I'm the eldest, I'm responsible, I have to worry about that stuff. And I'm on my own, unfortunately. And a lot of people are like me. I have no one to rely on. I'm literally on my own. And I have to live with that fact that it's just gonna be way harder for me to find someone else who can relate to me in this way. But there's just so many people like me who have so much on the line, you know? But just can't relax, even when they're watching like their favorite VTuber, when they're watching their favorite content, right? Their form of content. Especially like with me, like I wanna, there's been an instance where I'm watching a VTuber and then I see someone who's like a serial bigot on the internet, someone who's called for genocide in Palestine, something that, you know, I'm very vocal about my streams. And I'm watching my favorite streamer, you know, with that person in chat who is a very, like, a good artist, who draws art and gets a bunch of likes and retweets for it, and everyone just pretends like it's okay that they've basically voiced their opinions for, like, you know, dehumanizing a group of people that are suffering right now. And I'm like, shit, I just don't feel safe anywhere, because if I were to say something, I'm the one making people uncomfortable. I'm the one making things political, and it has happened before. And so that's the whole goal of TamaTalks. I just want to not make that a norm where bad people can be relaxed, but people like me who care about these sort of things have to be in fear and have to shut their mouths, bite their tongue, and deal with that sort of discrimination, even on the internet, even on the VTuber space. It's just not fair. And so recently, going back to the issue at hand, I feel like some people have not been charitable to me and have been saying a lot of things that paint me in the wrong way without even, considering what it implies and how it would affect me publicly in a negative way. I just want to say that, I'm not going to cater to people who can't put themselves in my shoes. And if there really is an issue about it with someone that I know that I've talked to, like in VC or something, I mean, I don't care for, like, if you're a chatter and if you don't, it is fine. If you don't want to watch me anymore, it's fine. But it's more like if I've talked to you before and if I've offended you, and it's either we have to not interact anymore, or we have to work things out, like adults. I'm not a high schooler, and me hearing things about me doesn't feel good, or being confronted about it in an awkward way without it being like one-on-one. It's just fucking weird in my opinion, and excuse me for using intense words, but I've been feeling a little threatened, chat. It's just and it's been stressing me out because I feel threatened every day. So it's like I feel like it's a little bit not fair on my part. I'm not gonna go into details because that is immature as well. I think once I've figured things out, because I really honestly I don't really know what's going on, I'll probably make a public announcement about how I want my chatters to talk to me, to those who have stayed and who continue to chat and stuff. But because I've literally introduced a bunch of people to each other, we basically have like this knit community, and it's like I don't want to inconvenience people as well. So if I go hang out in someone else's community, and if I'm being seen differently because of what I do, that's just I don't like that. I don't like that. And I think with what I've been realizing lately, or I've been hearing, I don't even fucking know.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
Do I still sound like a fucking smoker? You're right. Thank you, Vale. I'm just very tired. I'm always tired. How dare you, Ali? How dare you? What was I saying? That reset my brain. I don't want to inconvenience people, and I don't want like anyone in my chat also like. If you guys have an issue with me, please don't involve anyone. Just, direct it at me. Write it in my chat. I will reply to you. And if we've talked before, DM me. We're not high schoolers, okay? Don't spread shit about me. Even as a joke, like, if it can be taken in the wrong context, especially with what I talk about on Tuesdays, it's going to affect me. I literally get people spamming slurs at me now. Like, it's been at least like once a week, once every TamaTalks, there's someone who is a bad person who starts, trying to cause trouble and try to upset me. And it's like, when you spread things that can be taken the wrong way, you encourage that, whether you like it or not. So just please be careful. If you're offended, take it out on me. Talk to me either in chat, if you're a chatter, or if we've talked before, in VC, DM me, be an adult. And don't be spreading stuff about me without thinking about the consequences of it, especially if you're going to my friends' communities, okay? But let me read chat now. That's probably why I've been a little bit stressed lately. Which sucks because I don't want to cause issues. And it feels like I've only been causing issues. Or making things awkward and making people not like me, which is fine. But I just really want people to be mature about it. Yeah, as an ex-smoker, you don't sound that bad. Oh. Wait, what? All the shit you get from me is up front from me. I literally, when I see that emote, the shrug, I literally shrug like that now. Like when I see you say that, I'm just like, I emote in real life when I see that. 30 on 30. 30 on 30? What do you mean? I'm mature enough to talk something through and understand sometimes people can't agree on something, but that doesn't mean the person is bad. Pet, thank you. Hug, thank you. Haters gonna hate, liars gonna lie, and Tama gonna keep on striving. Gracias. Haters gonna hate, but Sigma's gonna ligmas is what I say. That's it, Tama, that's it. We gotta fight. Whoa. 1 versus 1 trial by combat. Sorry for joking. No, it's okay. Right now we're in the My Day segment, but once we start getting into serious topics, I'd appreciate if we could all put our serious hats on. Hiya! I don't have a hat though. Our serious ahoges on. Heart. My heart. Ne? I very dare. Sorry, gang. I guess no more Tama D's memes. JK. I'll always 69 meme on Tama. Oh, hi, Fohawk. How's it going? You busy guy? Aren't you busy right now? Sup, Fohick? Wow. Honestly, I just woke up like 30 minutes ago. So I am kind of dead. Sorry if I can't like read or talk. Rah! I have arrived. Kohi. Kohi? What does that mean? Kohi. Okay, actually, I have to go back to work. Okay, bye. Thank you for dropping by. Hello, chat. Hello, Tama. I've been up for 3 hours now. Had all-you-can-eat buffet for lunch. That sounds really good, actually. And hello, Matrix. Boss has sent 50 emails. What the fuck? Hello, Matrix. Hello, Vale. But yeah, I hope that whoever heard that. I'm here. I got up late. Oh, hi, Frankie. How are ya? You got up late, like for work, you mean? Good morning.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
God damn. Again.
W's in the shot.
Honestly,
W's
this
in
is
the
like
shot.
my morning voice, like my waking up voice. I also get raspy. But I don't think it's like I don't even think it sounds good. It's like, hey, baby girl. Hey, baby girl. No work. Oh, let's go. That's nice. No work is nice. Chapter. No work is god dang nice. Yo! Sorry, I saw what Fohawk sent. Oh, I thought it was merch. I was like, yo, fuck. I know for a fact that you find a yap a lot in the stream, so you will need the hydration beforehand. You're right, you're right. I am going to yap a lot, and I'm gonna yap hard. Now, usually when it comes to TamaTalks, I talk about my day for an hour, so let's move to the next topic. Actually, to whoever just joined, if you want to hear what I said like 30 minutes ago, it's kind of an important PCA that I talked about regarding me specifically. And I guess the community, I guess that's true. Like, I guess to whoever wants to watch me from now on. So if you guys want to hear that, yeah, please watch like the first 30 minutes of it. This will be automatically uploaded on YouTube. So if you guys want to hear what I want to say regarding me in my community, you should hear it. But enough of that. Let's see what happened. What's been happening lately? Yo! Oh, okay, I remember it now. Yeah, the Biababix 24-hour stream or 12-hour streams? 24-hour streams have been a success in my eyes, chatta. I'm very satisfied about that. It felt nice to be a part of it. Behind the scenes, I felt like I don't know, you know what it reminded me of, chat? When I was a kid, me and my brother loved like doing little mini movie stuff and start acting. And so what we would do, you know, back in the day when the first iPod Touch came out, you could hear music on your iPod Touch, and before it became a phone, before the iPhone became a thing, I had an iPod Touch, and there you could download apps, and one of the apps was like FX clips, movies, or whatever the fuck, and it had a bunch of like animated scenes, overlays that you could record and just make like a crazy video, like of like an action movie, right? And so there was this one where, oh god, this is kind of morbid now that I think about it. There's this one where it's just like random AK-47s shooting at you, and so you're supposed to act that out like it's actually happening, right? So what me and my brother would do is that I would be the director, I would be recording my bro, like I'd be the cameraman too, and my brother would just act out the scene until finally like insert gun attack. This is terrible. Maybe I'm too American. Okay, listen, forget that guns are bad for a sec, okay? Because my brother was like probably, how old was I? Oh wait, I shouldn't say that. I won't tell you how old I was, but I was a preteen. My brother was still in elementary school. We were just so stupid. I'd be like, okay, son, listen, this is what you gotta do. You run towards me. You grab that pillow, call that pillow John. John is your teammate. John is on your side. You're at war. You are helping John out of this situation. John gets shot. You're devastated. You run. It's too late. Bam, you're dead. And now when I say action, go! And so my brother is like, okay, okay, Dama. And so I go, 1, 2, 3, action. And so my brother's like grabbing this pillow. He's like, John, we gotta get away, John, as he's like running towards me with the camera. And I'm like the camera woman just like walking back, like being quiet and just like moving, recording this very important scene we needed for some odd fucking reason. Like there was no point to that. It's just so we could rewatch it and have fun. And then, my brother's such a good actor. That's the thing. My little brother, he's very charismatic, and he's a good actor and a good liar, goddammit, but he's a good actor. So it was so crazy. Even as a child, he'd show those traits. Hi Tayo, it's been a while. How are ya? Missed ya. Buy a 24 bob bean. Nah, that's true. Tayo! And the thing is, it's like the way he held the pillow.
Watch your profanity.
Watch your profanity. What did I say? What did I say, Spectre? Just cause I'm talking about my goddamn guns. That is fake. I'm kidding. It's fake, guys. Come on.
Naughty chill.
Oh my god, I'm chilling. They're fake. They're fake. I swear. I swear. Let me get my hamburger. I swear. But what was I saying? Shit. The way he
like you, man. You lie a lot.
I'm sorry, but it's evident. You're on your phone 24/7. No reply when I text at 11:10, and I swear you only tell me what I wanna hear. The real force.
That's not what I want to hear. Don't listen to the guy in the background. That's not what I wanted to hear, guys. Freaking 3 meses, Spectre. Fucking brat. Oh, I missed you too, Tama. I've been preparing social media content that you might use. What? That I might use? For Mysteries of Perception. You'll end up almost all our stream videos. Wait, what? Really? Tayo, actually, you know who played it? The person who won the giveaway was Careless Whisper. Can someone shout out Careless? Shit! Not Whisper! Oh my god, I cannot believe that. I called him Careless Whisper unironically. Careless Writer, chat. Careless Writer. Thank you. They actually play through the whole game. Everyone, follow them right now. They will also appear in the video. Yeah. Careless also did a good... Aren't they such a... Oh my god. Okay, chat. Careless has such a great voice. Jesus Christ. I really like Careless's voice. They already know that, though. I'm really into voices, chat. Like, if I like your voice, I'm gonna tell you. If I don't tell you, then it's probably because you're mean to me. Then I won't tell you. If you're nice to me, I'll tell you. But if you're not nice to me, I'm not gonna tell you. What was I saying? You reset my brain. Spectre reset my brain. What were you saying? No. Not what you were saying. What? Me. Yo. What I was saying. Also, there's a 90-second ad break. God damn, that's long. Take the L. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. ¿Qué dije? Pues. The way my brother was... I'm so scared of the redeems. The way my brother was holding the pillow. Like, I don't know how he did it. I think he just, like, flicked his entire arm off. Like, not off, but he flicked it back like that. And he said, "God!" He said, "John!" As he did that, he did like a shotgun sound, like or whatever the fuck. And he flicked his arm all the way to the back, and he's like, "John!" And John flew away. Like, the pillow actually flew away. He's like, John! He's like, "No, it's too late. I gotta keep going. And then I did the 1, 2, like with my hand silently. I was like, 1, 2, 3. And then the guns appeared in my little iPod Touch. And he just started like, oh, fuck. And then we'd sit down together and we'd watch our video. Then I'd be like, okay, we were like 1 second late. Okay. And so it was funny. I'd tell my little brother, I'm like, hey, this is really fun. I feel like if we actually pursued this, you'd be a great actor, I'd be a great director. And I just thought of that. Like, I feel like that's basically what happened with Bob Burbix's stream thingy. I felt like a director. It reminded me of my younger times. Like, wow, those were good goddamn times. I had a lot of fun. I feel like I pushed myself in a lot of ways when in terms of like editing and making clips and like planning stuff. I feel like I need like something to hold on to, like something to focus on to get motivated myself with my own stuff. And I've been learning a lot of stuff. Like, I feel like having to do stuff for other people really helps you motivate yourself for yourself to do stuff for yourself. Yeah. So for example, I've learned how to make better clips for my YouTube. I kind of learned like I'm learning a lot of things. I don't know. So it's been fun. That has brought up my mood up a lot. I feel like I have things to do now. When I don't have anything to do, I feel like useless. I get depressed, and then I bed rot, you know. I have to be doing something at all times that makes me feel good. If I'm doing something that doesn't make me feel good, I still feel depressed, you know, like going to work and shit. But no, yeah. Now that it's all over though, it's all jover. I feel like I'm still working. Like, like fuck, I don't know. I still feel like motivated to do stuff, which is weird because it's so hard for me to feel that. It's so hard for me to feel like passionate about something, especially when it comes to myself. Especially when it comes to God damn it. Especially when it's about myself and the things I do. I get very self-conscious easily, and I don't try to do things. But this time I feel like, I have like a lot of ideas in my head that keep popping in my head. Like, I'm just content brain, chat. I'm like content brain. And I've been having a lot of ideas for the Patreon. For the $5 Patreon. Wink, wink. I feel like I can experiment there a lot privately with you guys, whoever gets like the $5 membership. I feel like I can experiment with editing now. Like, I feel like more comfortable editing now. Usually I think about editing and I don't try, or I go, ugh, you know, like, ugh, fuck, I don't want to edit shit. But now I'm like more comfortable with editing. Like, I have responsibilities that I've made myself randomly, that I gave myself randomly. I kind of feel bad. Sometimes I feel like I'm forcing myself on Bad Birdie Bix, but it seems like they like it, so it's fine. It's fine. So, yeah. That's been helping my mood a lot. Feel better. Other than that, let's see. The kids are graduating, chat. My first batch of kids that I've known since elementary school now are middle schoolers. This is their last month, and I don't know how to feel about it, chat. My Japanese students that I've known since they were like in 4th grade, I think. 4th, 5th grade. And now they're gonna graduate, and after they graduate, I won't see them again. So it's weird because like I live in the middle of nowhere, and I work at multiple schools, and basically I know everyone's child where I live. Like, if there's a child, I'm like, okay, that's my student. Like, that's how small the village is. And so it's just like kind of weird for me to think that, you know, I won't see them ever again after this. So I don't know how I feel. Like, shit, it's weird. I feel weird. I don't know. I'm not used to that. To be fair, you do have an important job. Thank you, Frankie. And I feel like you should be paid more for it. No, yeah, but it's Japan. I get paid more than all the regular workers here. So if I got paid more, that's even more. No, that's even less fair for the regular Japanese employee. So, but they're gonna fire me soon. So I think they're gonna fire me when did I say chat? It was it 2026, I think. No. Wait. Yeah, summer of 20. Wait, what? Yes, summer of 2026. They're firing me because the contract ends, and they rather get a newbie and start with like the base salary, which was super duper low. And so I have to find another job in Japan that will definitely 100% be like half of my income, or which is like impossible to live off of, which is why I'm stressing out, or go back to my home country, which is a lot of bad shit is happening there, and I don't want to deal with that. But again, I guess I can take care of my parents, but I don't necessarily have the best relationship with the fam, but you know, it is what it is. So this is my exclamation mark throne plug. The only way I feel that I'm able to continue to live in Japan with a job that pays me less is if I pay off my loans, my American loans, which is what I used to move to Japan and be able to live here. And I'm still trying to pay that shit off. So I'd appreciate if people were able to contribute to that. If they want to, if you don't want to, it's fine. It's literally fine. Like, I don't like asking for money, but I have a year to pay off my loans and be able to be comfortable in Japan with less pay. That's the goal. So, you're still helping if you like watch me, by the way, or if you subscribe or whatever. I do get income from Twitch. I'm just keeping it in my Twitch revenue page until I reach the amount I need to pay off my loans. And I think I am not I think I'm like 1/20th of it. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. What? 1/6 in my goal, I think. So 1/6. So I managed to do that in half a year. So maybe I can pay half of my loan. I don't know. Of one of my loans, by the way. I understand, but teachers have never been paid fairly. I suppose that's true. Like, my high school career area teacher has been a prolific impact on my life to this day, almost 10 years later. Shit. And then they don't get compensated for it. That makes sense. But I'm like a assistant teacher, so I'm not really a teacher. I'm a fake ass teacher. That's what I tell them too. I'm like, I'm a Pachimon sensei, guys. Pachimon is a very old dialect of Japanese that means fake. And whenever someone hears me say that, they're like, what the fuck? How do you know that word, Tama? I'm like, I know things, princess. So yeah. But I hope my students were able to learn a lot. I did my best to teach them like the differences of like what the meaning of American means. Because in Japan it's still highly when they think of American, they think of like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed person. And so when they look at me, they assume that I'm not American because I don't look like one. And so when I tell them I'm American, they're like, no, you're not. What do you mean? That's impossible. And I'm like, no. And so I've literally taught the entirety of my kids, especially when they start in preschool. I teach preschool to middle school. And then I also teach adults. That's my second job, though. My second part-time job is I teach adults. I really have fun in that class because I make my own lessons. I make my own lessons for the preschool, first grade, and second grade class. And then I make my own lessons for the adult class as well. And if the other grades need me to make a lesson, then that's when I make a lesson for them, depending on the school. but I usually just do whatever I want and pick my own topic and hope that the children remember. And oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I just remembered something. Oh, now I'm gonna cry, chat. Oh, it's a good cry. Don't worry, it's a good cry. So I went to my preschool class, right? The preschool. It's a different school that I have to drive to and do one lesson. And these little kids, dude, they're like, what, 4? They're like 4 or 5. I don't even know how old they are, but they're tiny people. And I was teaching them ABCs, and there's an issue lately where the middle school has been complaining to us, me and my coworker, my Japanese coworker, that the students don't know how to pronounce things and how to write things. Basically read words, certain words. And it's annoying because our area doesn't like have specific requirements. All they say is that elementary schoolers are supposed to have fun with English, no homework, and no like hardcore studying. Like just do it as naturally as possible and they'll learn English. And yeah, that works if they're studying English every fucking day, but they study English like twice a week, bro. They're gonna forget everything that we teach them. And we only have like 40 minutes to teach English. So it's like we can't teach them how to spell things, you know. We teach them like conversational English and stuff, but like when it comes to grammar, it's just a whole different story. Like we do try our best, and it's been hard. It's been very difficult having to try talking to the higher ups. I've voiced my opinion every year. No one listens to me. Everyone thinks I'm like the fucking annoying foreigner that never shuts the fuck up because she always points out the wrong things and shits on the system. But it's like, listen, stop complaining to us about it. Because I will tell you, okay, well then change your system. Fuck. But I decided, I'm like, okay, how did I learn English? How did I start speaking English? Well, with the same mentality that, you know, that the school board has, is that they think that if you involve yourself with English, through interaction and through having fun, eventually you will just magically learn English. That shit is what my parents did to me, because they could, at the time I was born, my parents could not speak English. And so what they did is, in preschool, they threw me in a all English speaking preschool, and they threw me in there and with a bunch of like white kids, and I was like no, and no one spoke Spanish, and I remember just like being so scared and confused, be like, oh my god, what the fuck is everyone saying? Shit, you know. But within like 2 weeks, all of a sudden I could speak fluent English. The thing is, scientifically speaking, because I did study a bit, I did do some classes with like ESL teaching when I went to college. I just never got a certification for it because my counselor fucked up what classes I was supposed to take. So I took classes that wasn't in the requirements for the certificate that I wanted, the certification that I wanted. So I ended up with like no certification and a major that I didn't even want to major in. But that's a different story. But yeah, like children are geniuses. You know, they can only learn things when it comes to language. A lot of children are able to pick up language due to survival. And that's basically what happened to me. The reason why I learned English so quickly and naturally just by interacting with these kids is because when you're a child like that, it's just so hard to explain. Like even scientists can't understand why this is a thing, but children's brains just suck information, retain it, and are able to just improve it and learn from it. The older you grow up, the harder it is to do that. Okay? So by the time, I think the cap on that is probably like 7-8 years old is where that is not really possible as much anymore. Like it's just, you can't just voila, I know English now. No, you have to like implement studying. You have to, you know, like it's possible, but you have to implement studying. You have to implement, you know, learning about the culture, consuming content in that language, stuff like that. So since I was like, okay, well, that's how I learned English, I guess I have to teach these kids how to read somehow within 40 minutes once a month, and hopefully they remember, because like with the preschoolers, at least, since it's not a public school, it's a preschool, basically a private preschool. They just want me there for 1 month, and then they just think it's a good way to get them used to foreigners, get them to be open-minded at a young age. And so last month I was teaching them the differences between knowing what a letter is and also knowing how to read it, how to read that letter, aka phonics, right? So, for example, A. See, now I'm gonna go in teacher mode. I go A, apple, apple, and then B, bear, and I use like hand gestures. I use my mouth a lot, ba, so they can see how I'm moving my mouth. They have a hard time, Japanese people have a hard time differentiating between L and R. It's the same sound to them, so they just go to R instead of like differentiating L and R. There's a huge difference, and they don't understand or hear the difference. So when I make the L sound, I literally stick out my tongue and go, and they're able to make the L sound. And so I tell them, whenever you see this L loser, I'm going to Fortnite dance. No. Whenever you see the L, you have to pretend that you're dying. Like, stick out your tongue and say lemon. Lemon. And the kids love it. They like it when I'm goofy. And so stuff like that. So I was just teaching them a little bit, like at least like 5-6 different letters on how to pronounce them, what they're called and how to say it. And so I decided to continue that in this month's lesson, this month's lesson was a week ago, I believe, and a week or 2 weeks ago. And so I was teaching them like, hey guys, do you remember that like each letter, they have a name, but they have a different sound? And they're like, yeah. Well, this time we're gonna study some of those and just copy me and do your best. And you know, all the kids were just so excited. I do my best to like push them to raise their hand and be like, okay, who is brave enough to stand up right here right now and do what I just did? And there's a little person who goes, me. And I go, okay, go little person. And they go, A, apple. And then I just go, oh my God, let's go. And then all the kids go, yo, and stuff like that, right? There was a letter, chat. There was a letter that I taught them how to read and hear. How to like what it is and how to read. And I did that last month, and it was the letter T. And I think it was T. It was either T or S, but I think it was T. And the gesture I use so the kids can remember that specific sound. There's no T in Japanese. They use tsu. So when they see T, once they grow up, they still pronounce that as tsu instead of t. There's a difference, right? So, or if they see a T, sometimes they pronounce it with the chi, which is very interesting. Twitchy, you can hear the t a little bit, the TSU instead of just the T sound. And so I did my best to like help them unlearn that, and just when you look at T, do this gesture. And I'm basically dancing a little bit when I do that. I'm holding my finger up and going but I'm doing T. So the T letter popped out, bro. And I didn't even say nothing. And one of the kids just lifted their hand up, and I was like, wait, you know this? And then they're like, yeah, I want to try it, Thomas, since I want to try it. I was like, okay, well, go ahead. Goddamn, of course I'll let you try it. And then they go, a little person, they're like 4, chat. They're like, this. I don't even think they're so short. They're so short, they're so small, chat. I'm just looking down at this person right here. And then they go, T. And then I'm like, yo, how did you know that, bro? And I was just like, yeah. And then I was like, how did you know that? And this is where I almost cried on the spot. They go, well, Tama sensei, you taught us this last month. What do you mean? And then that's where I'm like, oh my god, what I'm doing is actually working. I'm actually, I am doing what I'm supposed to do, which is fucking crazy to me. I'm just so used to like being, I don't know, like I don't know. My entire life, I never know if I'm doing things right. But even, and you can even see that through stream. I just never know if I'm doing something right. But these goddamn preschoolers always like, they comfort me so much. I never expected in my life to love children, chat. I don't want kids, but I never expected I would just love children. Cause like those little people, they bring, they see me, they respect me, they value what I say. And I only see them once a month, chat, the preschoolers. Once a month, and they remember what I say. They know how to spell tacos too. It's so fucking rad. They're like, oh, Tama, you like tacos, right? And I was like, how do you know that? They're like, well, I remember a long time ago you spoke of tacos. And I was like, what the fuck? How? I made that lesson in like five minutes. Like, how do you know a lot about tacos now? That was not the goal, but okay. At least the kids know what a real taco is. They're like, Thomas says, you taught us the differences between a fake taco and a real taco. And I'm just telling you, there's a taco at... Oh shit, I almost doxed myself. There's a taco place over yonder that you should try. I was just like, how do you remember this? No, but I almost started just crying, chat. Like, I just like almost just bursted into tears. I'm like, oh my god. I'm actually teaching. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Your first genuine citizen similar to my mom. Yeah. Basically. That's basically what it is, of course. It's just like, oh my god, I don't know what these people are saying. But I was a child, so I just naturally I learned how to speak Spanish and English naturally, like without studying. So the first language I ever studied was actually Japanese, and which was difficult because I had never studied a language before at that point. And well, I still suck at speaking Nihongo, but I need to study it before I leave, at least get certification. so I can find a new job better. But yeah. It was a hard time. My grandparents are from Puerto Rico, and my mother lived with my grandfather who struggles with English. No, yeah, that makes sense. It's just like all of a sudden everyone's speaking English, and you're like, what the fuck? And so I tell that to my kids all the time. And I also tell that to my adult class. I'm like, guys, I know how you guys feel. English is fucking stupid. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yes, this makes sense. I don't get things myself. I think yesterday I was teaching the adult class at night, and that class is like 2 hours, and I finish work like around 9 or 10 p.m. That's why I'm always like tired on Mondays. But that's my second job. That's my part-time job, and there I have to make it fun, chat. Like, I cannot teach something that isn't fun, you know. Except for this, of course, but like when it comes to other things, like I'm like, okay, I would rather be streaming than being here now. I gotta make this fun for me. How can I teach English with passion? And you know what I do? I use VTubers. And then I literally show them my favorite VTuber clips, and then I tell them, we're gonna study what this person said. And then I like put on Iron Mouse or something, and they're like, I'm like, okay, let's study what they're saying, guys. This is chat. This is a VTuber. And the adult class is like filled with 80-year-olds, bruh. They're like 90-year-old, like obachans, okay? And here they are like looking at VTubers in English. And so it's because that's how I learned Japanese too, is through just consuming Japanese content and slowly like picking up things and studying them and stuff. And so I told them, this is how I study Japanese. You're gonna study English the same goddamn way, okay? So yo, Tamashii, yo! You did not what? I did not. I'ma eat. Bye, Matrix. Have a nice eat. But yeah. So I teach a lot of schools, but I'm not certified in anything. All you need to teach in Japan is a college degree, and that's it. So I don't know what I'm doing, chat, but I'm winging it. And that's how I've been living my entire life, is just winging it, you know? I hope it goes well. If it doesn't, just keep crawling on the floor as you cough out blood until it works. Wow. So I think when I don't teach classes with like children, I do get depressed because I don't get that like positive affirmation in my life. After when that specific class ended like 2 weeks ago, I was very emotional, and those kids for some reason like me a lot, and so every time I end class, I have like 30 kids just run up to me and hug me one by one, or you know, do a high five. And so I'm not gonna reject, like, I don't like it when people hug me or touch me unless like they warn me or tell me or ask me to. But I'm not gonna fucking reject a child from, you know, that's just fucking weird, you know? So I have to respect the child's wishes, and I'm like, okay, let me hug you, come here. And I'm a fucking awkward hugger, but at least I try, you know? I'm the back rub, like, manly hugger, like, oh, how are you, buddy? Fucking hell, like that. So I do that to all the kids. I'm like, I hug them in the back, and I give them a back rub. Like, God damn it, that's right. Okay, next. God damn it, you did well, son. Next. So yeah, and then like the kids are, I'm so foreign, right? I'm not like, again, so they understand now that I'm a Mexican American. they can explain to an adult why I'm a Mexican American. A bunch of adults in Japan don't understand that concept. My kids do. I made sure to teach all of them that there's a lot of different people in America, and that anyone can be an American in America, yada yada. And I do my best to kill any negative stereotypes that people have continue to throw at them, especially in Japan. Like all the stereotypes that you can think about a certain race, Japan believes those like full-heartedly. So I do my best to be like, hey guys, when you do this, you hurt people like me, and that's not good. Do you guys like me? Do you guys hate me? And the kids go, no. I'm like, okay, when you say stuff like this about a certain group of people, you put them in danger. And then I tell them, sometimes in Japan I've been spat on before, but I know that the person who did that is a bad person, right? And they go, yes. Do you guys think that spitting on me is nice? They go, no. That's bad. That's terrible, right? They go, yes. Now, do you think it's right for me to think that every Japanese person is a bad person because one Japanese person spat on me before? And they're like, no, that's not good, Tama. That's bad. I'm like, I know you guys wouldn't do that to me. But imagine if I did, I would just hate you all. So please don't think about that towards other races. And unfortunately, they tend to have a lot of like anti-Chinese, anti-Korean sentiment, anti-black, especially anti-black, because those are like the main races that they're familiar with, and in a negative way, actually. And so whenever I hear them say something or laugh at someone, like when we're opening our textbooks and they laugh at someone for looking a certain way, especially if it's a brown person, sometimes they look at someone who's from like a certain country with dark skin and they start laughing. I have to stop the class and force my partner, my coworker, to properly translate what I'm telling them. Sometimes I say in Japanese, but that type of TamaTalks in Japanese is very difficult for me. So sometimes I ask help from my coworker to help me out. And they're just my coworker I've been blessed with. They are like quote unquote woke. Of course, to a certain extent, they still have like some Japanese beliefs, and they tell me every time, like, Tama, if you need me to do something, just do it. I just can't do it myself. But you give me the opportunity to do that. And so I go, okay, I will. And so she tells me, if you feel uncomfortable in class because a child is showing some sort of like discrimination, anything like that, just tell me. I'll stop the class and we can talk about it. And for some reason, I'm just like, in my head, I just could not understand why a Japanese person would do that. Like in Japan, they don't really care for stuff like that most of the time. They don't teach them like racial equality and all that stuff. And so I wondered that for the longest time until she finally told me why. And it's very traumatic and sad what happened to her, but her husband's best friend was a UNICEF worker, actually, and which is a nonprofit charity, humanitarian work, like the charity fundraiser that I'm actually doing right now. The charity widget is again not working up here. I'm doing a fundraiser for the PCRF. We're really close to 333. Basically, UNICEF is the same thing, but for children around the world. So their husband's wife also worked in that, and she was an African American woman. And they would go to third world countries that were being affected by war, by genocide and stuff, and they both were very passionate about helping people in countries, helping people who were suffering, giving them food, giving them an education, all that stuff. And the husband did not want to stop that work, so did the wife, but he wanted to keep his wife safe. And so he told her, you know what? You should go move to Europe and keep our child safe, because they had a child. Take care of our child, and I will continue the humanitarian work in helping people from third world countries who are suffering from war or genocide. He did that thinking that she would be safe from being hurt or whatever, right? But she was murdered in Europe for being black. And when my coworker told me that, I did not expect that at all. And I noticed that she was very vocal about like African culture, and she would show like African clothing and stuff from a specific country. I'm trying not to like dox too much, but and I was just like, wow, she knows a lot about this stuff. Even I don't know about this stuff. And so she goes, actually, Tama, like this, she gave me this. She helped me when I was pregnant with my first child. She really supported me during hard times, and now she's dead. She was murdered for being black. And I said, I'm so sorry. And she's basically, when she teaches English, she's basically doing the same thing as I am right now with the TamaTalks. This shit matters, and people do die over what I talk about. And right now, if I were to go to America, like the chances of me being hurt are higher now with things that are going on, especially my family. So that's why I talk about it, because it has affected me before, and I want people to learn. And I guess me and my coworker are similar in that sense, where she does her best to implement racial awareness in her English lessons as well, which is something that I always wanted. That was my goal, and I was like so ready to be the only one doing that and kind of fighting for it, just in case like anyone felt uncomfortable. And people have felt uncomfortable. Someone told me that I was being racist for calling people out on their racism, on their like, which is weird. I'm like, no, I'm just teaching children how not to be bigoted, okay? If a child says something fucked up, I'm going to stop them and correct them, you know? But me and my coworker are similar in the sense where I think she was affected by it way worse than me. Like, she knew someone who was black, and then they got murdered in Europe. And so, and then her husband now is he doesn't have a wife because she was murdered for the color of her skin. And he went to like dangerous environments where he could be killed, and it's just very cruel and sad that he went to one of the most dangerous places on earth, sometimes not on earth, but like places with legit war going on, and his wife got killed in a Western country, in a first world country, you know. And that shit like that is very common. Shit like that is very common. So that is going to lead us to the second topic. It's a good segue to the next topic of Palestine. Something that I've been vocal since I found out about it, and it's been over 500 days now, I suppose, and I'm still talking about it. And now I'm more confident when I talk about it. And I decided to implement at least one day where I can sit down and be serious and hope that whoever wants to listen listens. Because again, stuff like this affects people. It has affected me, and it will affect me. Something bad is going to happen eventually to me as well, because of how I look like and who I am. And so if I say certain things that you don't like, just know, put yourself in my shoes. It's because for me, it's more of a life and death situation. For you, it's like your feelings getting hurt. Okay? And I want people to realize that a lot of people are hurting right now. Way more than I could ever feel. So just please be open-minded. When I move to the second segment, let me get rid of you, chat. Sayonara. Marinara, habanera, macarena. Boop. Oh shit, let me try that again. Boop. There we go. So this is an update from a website, not a website, an account on Instagram. Very useful account, actually. I forgot to get rid of you guys. Where are you guys? Get out of here. Oh, and my TamaTalks logo too. Get the fuck out of here. There we go. So 2 weeks ago, I really deeply apologized for skipping like 2 TamaTalks or 1 TamaTalk. I can't remember, but I really do deeply apologize for skipping TamaTalks at a time where things are very complicated. Like things always get worse, but at least the amount of killings have stopped. But it's just so sad because America, and the last time I talked about Palestine, on that same day, America had announced that they are going to colonize Palestine. That's literally, Trump said that. It's like, okay, we're gonna take over Palestine. What? Do people not realize what's happening? We're going to colonize Palestine. I'm part of a country that helped murder countless of children, families, and innocent people. And now my country is going to colonize them. This is not a history book from like 50 years ago, 100 years ago. This is happening now. And it's just very shocking how much people still don't know and still don't care about it, which is why I keep talking about it, despite me not being an expert. Again, everything's my personal opinion, but I do my best to use sources that are valuable, news sources especially. And this account called Palestine, it disappeared, fuck. Kokoka, korene. What's it called again? Let's Talk Palestine 2. Here, I'll share the link to anyone who wants to follow it if you guys are avid users of Instagram. I'm not, but this is where I get my information from, because there's just a very reliable source. But they keep updates almost daily of what's going on in Palestine and what Is Not Real is doing to these poor people. So this actually was posted 6 hours ago. I can't see because the font is so small. This is the only way I could make this thing big, because I don't know, Instagram on desktop is shit. But so I think this is February 17th update. So yeah, it's the 18th right now. So yeah, that makes sense. It was posted around 6 hours ago, 8 hours ago perhaps. And I just want to go through it and and see what has happened. So Israel begins construction of 974 new settler homes near Bethlehem, expanding Erat settlement by 40% in effort to isolate the area from southern West Bank. Netanyahu says Israel is committed to Trump's ethnic cleansing plan for Gaza as the U.S. Secretary of State meets with Saudi officials to push the displacement plan. So what they're talking about here is, again, 2 weeks ago, Trump announced that they're going to take over Palestine and basically said, and this is me just like paraphrasing, you can go look it up. It's in the news. You can hear word for word what they are saying. I just don't want to give a platform to that guy. I don't like them. I don't want them on my stream unless I'm watching Hasan. If they're reacting to it, then fine. But I just don't want to willingly put two Hitlers in my streams. I think that's fair. But basically Trump said, okay, we gotta stop the war. We gotta stop killing, like, these people. These poor people need a place to stay. So we're gonna ask them to leave and coexist with the people that are killing them. But they have to leave. I don't know where they're gonna go, but they don't want to stay in their homeland. They don't want to stay in Gaza or in Palestine. Look at it. It's rubble. We gotta make a plan where we can move them somewhere else, either Egypt, either this place or that place. And we're working with countries to help us come up with a plan that will help these people move out of their own homeland, by the way, that we destroyed, and bring in the settlers, basically. And it was a huge deal, okay, worldwide. Even I've even saw right-wingers be like, well, that's kind of weird. Like, what the fuck? Because this is basically, we're colonizing them. That's what it is. Like, we're going to colonize Palestine. And as an American, with everything that I've been taught since I was fucking born in this country, that is morally wrong. You're basically doing what every colonizer since the beginning of time has done to every fucking person of color or black person. Like, come on, are you kidding me? You're doing what my ancestors been through to a different group of people again? Like, what is going on here? And so it's fucked up, because that's the only way that they were able to convince these people to stop, like, fucking dropping bombs on 5-year-olds for fun, you know, or sniping kids in the head for fun, which is still happening though, but just not on the like a terrible scale as it's been this past year. But let me go to the next point here. Member of Israel's security cabinet confirm mobile homes held up at border as leverage, despite agreeing on entry of 60,000 homes. Jesus. So they're held up at border as leverage, despite agreeing on entry of 60,000 homes. Leverage as, what do you mean? Oh, they're already, oh, okay, so they've started they're taking those homes. They're just be like, okay, these homes are we're using this just in case. We'll eventually move into these homes eventually, which actually, if you go on YouTube and you can, it's like it's a fun thing that Israel people from Israel do, apparently. Is like, they record. It's so weird. They record themselves like going into someone's house and being like, this is my house now, get out. Like, just like casual settlement, casual colonizing someone. And it's crazy. So usually if they want to, they can just ask a soldier to harass someone out of their own house, and some random citizen from Israel just takes that house for funsies. A 15-year-old Palestinian killed from injuries in Israeli airstrike on Qabatia 2 weeks ago. So again, they're still killing children. 2 Palestinians shot by Israel soldiers in Rafah and Khan Yunis 2 days ago, killed by wounds. Okay, so Rafah and Khan Yunis is in Palestine, and those places are supposed to be safe zones. So again, they're killing people in safe zones. Ceasefire violations. Okay, they already... Again, this is something they love doing. If there's a ceasefire, they either say, Lamau, no, or, okay, Lamau, yeah, I agree to this ceasefire. I will respect it. Shoots, like, kills a child in front of you. Okay, that was my last one. But what if I kill that old lady? Okay. Let me kill your dog too, just for funsies. Or your horse, your cow. Let me also destroy your olive trees, like, your means of fucking food production. Like, oh, okay. Let me just drop one more bomb here. In a refugee camp. Let me just drop one. So they keep doing that shit, right? And this time they ended up killing two Palestinians and a 15-year-old. Ceasefire violations. Israel forces gunboats fire at Khan Yunis. Oh my god. Sorry, it's just like I haven't been keeping updates like I should have been. But I know where these places are. I've seen them. I know what they're talking about. Gunboats fire at Khan Yunis and Rafah Beach. There's a beach there, okay? And a lot of people take refuge there because it's near the water. And that beach is very important to Palestinian culture as well. It's like one of their landmarks. You're telling me that there's gunboats shooting at the people by the beach? Are you kidding me? In North Gaza, Israeli vehicles shot at Palestinians in Beit Hanun. Fighter jets opened fire on vehicles returning north to North Gaza. So a lot of people, they tell them to move to a certain place. And these people just willy-nilly they just shoot at random civilians, like innocent people, for no reason. Why are fighter jets opening fire on vehicles? What is that? 22-day Tulkarem siege, West Bank. Okay, so the West Bank is a colonized part of Palestine. And the West Bank still has... Who did that? Oh, hi, Sikchan. You scared me for a bit. Israeli forces fire at and send drones to photograph every red... What? Okay, sorry, let me read this. 22-day Tulkarem siege, West Bank. Israeli forces fire at and send drones to photograph every resident leaving their home. So again, the West Bank is a controlled, colonized portion of Palestine that already has Israeli citizens living at it. It's basically like when... the way that people get treated there that are Palestinian is the same way that black people used to be treated when things weren't equal. So everyone's discriminated against. Everyone looks down at Palestinians. People can just kill a Palestinian for fun if they wanted to. Not everyone's treated equally, and there's a lot of segregation going on. And now they're trying to just push everyone out of West Bank as well. and they have been basically harassing these people and killing them as well. So West Bank is basically like how back then, you know, everyone knows how black people used to be treated after slavery. There was still no equality, right? That's what's happening in West Bank. And now I guess they're getting more violent and trying to kill everyone or push everyone out of West Bank just for Israeli citizens to live there. And they're using drones to do that. Actually, last week I saw a child get murdered. I believe it was in West Bank. And it was terrible. I saw a kid just bleed out to death because a soldier thought it would be fun to just shoot them for fun. Like they use children as shooting targets. And it was like the most brutal thing. Well, it was not the most brutal thing, unfortunately. I've seen a lot of shit, man, and they keep doing this stuff, especially to you know, both in Palestine and in West Bank, colonized West Bank. So it's just like, it's fucked up. Nablus, West Bank, also in West Bank. Israeli soldiers shoot a 17-year-old boy during a raid. Local resistance clashed with the Israeli forces. People are getting... If you shoot, if you kill a child, if you kill someone's father, mother, sister, brother, anyone, someone innocent, people will resist that, okay? So I don't like it when people start demonizing Palestinians who have the right to defend themselves, because why are they shooting at children for fun? Why are they raiding houses? What are they doing? They're monsters, okay? That's fucked up. And so the kid that I saw was like fucking 10, bro. That could have been my student. Like, I don't know. He was running away too. And then all I see is someone shoot them in the bank in the back, I mean, and then they're just crawling on the floor, bleeding out, screaming for their father, bro. And then I saw them die. Like, what is happening here? This is no question. We're paying for this. People have to understand that I'm paying for this. My tax money goes to this. My country is doing this. And your country is probably doing it too. Like, what are you consuming as well? What are you consuming that is giving money towards this? The best way, the easiest way to support these people, if you don't want to be, you know, if you don't want to be what was I called? I don't remember who said this, but if you don't want to be a human rights advocate, you know, if I'm not telling you to do that, okay? I'm just telling you to just know, or at least do the basics of basics. I think I made it pretty clear that I do my best to make sure, like, what exactly I'm supporting, like what content am I consuming, and what exactly am I giving my money to, okay? The best way to help these people in a way that, you know, you don't have to force yourself to do much is by boycotting certain companies, again, that constantly give money to these people who are harassing, killing, bombing, sniping children. And basically are US companies, again, from my country, that have decided that they're going to colonize Palestine. It's like, we can't keep giving money to these corpo overlords that are psychotic, you know? We can't. And there's a list. It's a bds.org, I believe. I'm just gonna type it, but I think it's bds.org. Actually, let me just make sure that is the case, because I don't want to, like, accidentally send you guys somewhere bad. No, it is. No, it's not. Wait, what the fuck? It's not. My bad. I almost... Okay, BDS. Boycott list. Movement. There we go. What is it? It's .net. Nahone? That was a close one.
W's in the shot.
That was a close one, chat.
W's in the shot.
Thank you for the W's in the shot. That was a close one. Here, boop. Here, boop. And the basics of basics. That Nandake. Oh shit, I just lost one follower. Let's go! I mean, it's fair, chat. I talked about this in the beginning. Hey, if you don't like what I say, then yeah, you can leave. It's fine. I used to have 421. Now I have 420 again. I'm telling you, people do not like it when I talk about this shit, but I don't fucking care. I'm gonna talk about it. It's fine. Déjame. I like that they were respectful enough to quietly leave, though.
Why?
But because... Why would you humanize brown and black people, man? That's fucked up. Wow. That's fucked up. Don't do that. Israel trying really hard to be Trump US of the Middle East. No, they're not. Well, no, that's because we're letting them. We are training them. We're their sensei, basically. We're like, okay, child, this is how you do shit. Kill this kid. Yes, here. Now, let me give you money for that. But the guide that I sent you guys, or I should just fucking go to it now. Just do a quick review of that. Pasto. Oh, this, whoa, you can't see shit. Maybe if I make it small. I said small. Why is it making it bigger when I said small? What? But basically this is the basic, chat. This is the basic of what you should be boycotting. Anything else that is outside from this list is just going overboard. I like going overboard, okay? If I find out someone's being a bigot, in a negative way that is causing people to die from it, I will not... I don't want to support them. Simple as that. But that's me. If you want to do the simplest of simplest, this is the list that you should refer to. Because this list shows the top companies on this earth that are supporting and giving their money to the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians and other countries as well. Like same with Sudan and other countries as well. These companies are causing that. Coca-Cola wasn't there last year, chat. Coca-Cola wasn't there last year, but I still boycotted. To this day I haven't drunk any products from Coca-Cola. I love Sprite. That is my favorite soda. It's gone. I'm not drinking that ever again. It's from the same company. Pepsi and Coca-Cola, again, they're associated with one another, yada yada. But Coca-Cola mainly last year was not on the list. They have incorporated so much money to ethnic cleansing that they made it into this list, chat. Just think about that. Think about that. And I'm so happy that I decided to listen to my gut and be like, okay, you know what? A lot of people are telling me not to drink Coke, and I'm seeing what Coke is doing. And I've seen what Coke has done to Mexico, actually. I've seen what Coke has done to Mexico. That's why it was really easy for me to give up on Coca-Cola. Because Coca-Cola, basically, they get you addicted to sugar. They up the prices of other things, and the it's just crazy. I've seen it with my goddamn eyes. My grandmother's addicted to Coke, and she doesn't even drink water. It's fucked up. listen, Coke has done a lot of shitty things, and you should really look it up yourself when you have time. But that's how fucked up they are, that they weren't even on this list last year and they made it on the fucking list. Like, how fucked up do you have to be, bruh? Jesus Christ. Burger King was my favorite as well. I was a Burger King queen. Okay, I preferred Burger King over McDonald's because I love grilled barbecue bacon burgers. Fuck. God damn it, Tama. Barbecue bacon burgers from Burger King. Okay. Gone out of my life.
You what?
You what? I like barbecue bacon burgers. Burger King is ass. Okay, Frankie. You're right. And listen, I'm going to continue that. Hi, Real Men. How are ya? Please read the pin, by the way. Just to make things, just so we can all be on the same page, please read the pinned and decide if you still want to be in the stream or not. But hello. Frankie, maybe 10 years ago they were good. Maybe that's true. But now, no. Now, bad. Everything that you see here, bad. Okay? So, again, some of these things, it depends. The ones you should be focusing on the most is the ones that say organic boycotts supported by the BDS movement, where it's the food places, basically. But if you see any other like stuff here, like Amazon is almost impossible. Google's impossible. But since it says pressure targets, this is aimed towards workers who are you know, who make a huge impact on how like Google does things. A lot of Google workers actually make programs for Google, and Google has been one of the I guess companies, right? Companies that have been, you know, aiding and giving drones and teaching drones how to kill people. So a lot of Amazon workers have been boycotting Google, have been unionizing because they just don't like how their services are being used to train drones to kill children. So stuff like that. That's what it means by Google. So if you hear like a right-wing VTuber with a lowly model say that, it's like, how are you gonna like not use Google anymore? Like, how does that like make sense? It's like, bruh, use your brain and then it'll make sense. Okay. But yeah, this is a simple list. The simplest of simplest is just go with the food one. Do not support these companies. If you can, you will help a lot, and it has helped a lot. Anyway, going back to the topic, we are at almost at 11 p.m. Therefore, I have like around an hour left. So we're gonna go to the third topic now that we've reflected on Palestine and the ceasefire. So I want to react to Hasan. Boop. Whoa. You know what? Like everyone, I'm sorry, Hasan, by the way. I don't think they'll watch this ever, but like everyone hates Hasan, and I think I mentioned this to someone. I think I want to be like the VTuber version of Hasan once a week, but focusing on social issues and bringing awareness instead of like the politics part of it. I don't like calling myself a political streamer. I'm not. I feel like I'm not, but everything that I talk about involves politics, unfortunately. And so, and Twitch forces me to call myself a political streamer, as well, unfortunately. So, they have new rules now where if you speak about your experiences as a person of color, that is considered political. If you are part of the LGBTQ community and you speak about how you fear for your life with all of these policies that America is trying to enforce on them in the South, you are political. And if someone decides to call you out on that for not having the proper categorizations on your stream, your channel might get put down, you know, you might get banned. That's why I always put the political issues and sensitive issues tag when I talk about this, despite me feeling uncomfortable calling myself a quote-unquote political streamer. But you know what? I think I'm gonna just have to call myself that. I feel really uncomfortable too when I raid someone who doesn't know me and they have that weird ass AI. I mean, it's not, well, I don't know. I don't like AI bots. I think it's creepy that there's like this bot that like goes through all my shit and then gives a summary of me. I don't know. I don't like it, especially because it gets the wrong picture as well. But it's been twice where someone like reads my shit and then the last thing it goes, oh, she's a political streamer who talks about the trauma of immigration. And I'm like, bruh, what a way to kill the vibe. Like, fuck. That's not what I wanted to do, but shit, like I have to figure things out. It's either I just come out as a political streamer, or I just like stop interacting with people. And I have to think about a lot of things, chat, when it comes to streaming again. So that's a different issue in itself. But I do want to, like, going back to the topic I was speaking of, I really look up to Hasan because Hasan has helped me become a better person. I was heading towards the femcel right-wing arc, oddly enough, because I was raised in a very conservative environment. And during that time when I moved out from my very conservative household, religious and conservative household, when I moved out from that, I was introduced to Hasan by surprisingly Ethan Klein, and Ethan Klein is now a piece of shit, unfortunately, which is very weird. But I'm glad that Hasan won custody over me during this divorce. They used to be BFFs and now they're divorced, and Hasan has custody over me now. I'm glad with the outcome. Things are all good. People get Hasan wrong. People say a lot of shit about him because there's just a lot of bad people on the internet, especially streamers, who profit from being bad people. And for some reason, it's good for those people to be fucked up, but it's bad for someone like Hasan to voice out their opinions politically in a way that is trying to help people rather than hurt people. Hasan has his moments as well, especially 4 years ago. He was very, I feel, negative as a person. He was fucked up. But ever since he got Kaya, queen, what a fucking queen. He needs to buy her a new bed. I'm actually really angry that her bed broke. And so Hasan, like, what the fuck? Get a better bed for the queen. Like, what is wrong with you? Kaya's his dog daughter, and ever since then I feel like he's mellowed out a lot. And yeah, he still yells at chat and says shit, but it's for obvious reasons. Like, if you're being stupid, if you're being racist, like, he's going to call you out on it. So but a lot of people use excuses to hate on him, idiotic excuses that have already been talked about, addressed. People make mistakes, chat. If you don't give them the opportunity to grow, then you're equally as bad as a person as whoever you're attacking. Okay. Hasan has proven themselves to be a good person in my eyes, and they've helped me change to be a good person. And that's the whole reason why I'm doing the TamaTalks thing. If it weren't for Hasan, I'd probably be a piece of shit that dehumanizes people, So I want to react to this because he's going to be reflecting on the recent Palestine ceasefire and the recent declaration from the US saying that they're going to colonize Palestine. Tama was a conservative. Ever since I was a child, which is weird, I always saw myself as an independent. I always hated both sides. One side said that we're gonna help me and never helped me and were racist while doing that, while the other side was openly racist and telling me that they always wanted to kill me. But at least that side was being honest. And so oddly enough, it's like, are you gonna listen to the liars who never do anything and are as equally as racist as the other side, or the people who are like literally straightforward and saying they want to kill you? Like, and basically those are the people who are powerful, so you have to bend your will towards them anyway. So I was a child, you know, I was a child, and in my early 20s I was learning about, I was opening my eyes, and I met Hasan in my early 20s, and he helped me realize how wrong of a person I was, especially when it came to like the LGBTQ community and woman issues apparently as well. I didn't realize how fucked up society is towards women. I think naturally, I think my neighbor just told me to shut the fuck up. Oopsie. It's 11 p.m. though. He should chill the fuck out. I might be whispering now. What's it called? I'm pretty like misogynistic, and I think it's because my dad raised me, and I just like, yeah, literally very misogynistic. I still might have like some misogyny in me. I'm trying to unlearn that. I don't want to look down on women all the time, or also pressure men to be too manly or whatever the fuck. That shit has affected me negatively as well. I've been very traumatized over that. I didn't even realize it until Hasan started speaking on women issues, even though he kind of sucks and he also has some misogyny in him from time to time. But I know his heart is in the right place. So, but listen, we all have our issues. We at some point, we're going to be wrong, okay? Hasan's human, but he's like the best thing we got in the Twitch community, honestly, who has changed a lot of lives, including mine. So we're gonna react to this video, and I'm just gonna pause. I'm gonna react to Hasan reacting. That's some Inception shit. Let me turn off the music. Where is the música, maestro? Poop. There we go. And then I'm going to open up the YouTubes. And then tell me if you guys can hear this.
We're not giving up, so you can't either. That's my point.
There we go. Okay, so I watched this before 2 weeks ago. I think this came out 2 weeks ago. Oh, also the channel is called Hasan Reactions. If you guys want to see like Hasan's reactions to specific topics in full, I really do recommend them. Volume sounded cool as well. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Fohawk. Also, Fohawk, if you're busy, don't push yourself, by the way. But thank you for being here and being supportive. To anyone here who's lurking as well, thank you so much for being here and making me feel seen. But what's it called? Let's see. If you hear my stomach as well, I am hungry. I did not eat today. So this video is called Palestinian Families Respond to Trump. We're Not Leaving. Hasan Abi reacts. So he's reacting to the ceasefire deal that had recently happened, but this was literally 2 weeks ago, 12 days ago. So yeah, this is kind of old news. I have to keep up with the news, unfortunately, but I did watch this, and he was able to voice my feelings really well. Again, going back to the elections as well, a lot of how a bunch of damn liberals reacted and still continue to react towards people like me who think Palestine, the issue of Palestine, is very important, and I think it's fair for me to not vote for Hitler 1.0 or Hitler 2.0. Like, I did not like my choices, so I decided not to vote this year. because I feel like the outcome would be same. One would be faster, one would be slower. For me, that doesn't matter. It's the same thing. They could have stopped killing children before the election even happened, and the liberals refused to do so. Instead, they said, let's give more money to Israel to kill children. And also, all Mexicans are rapists. All immigrants are rapists. They're ruining our countries. That's literally what the liberals said. And when they lost the election, they're like, okay, yes, we're still gonna say that. Lamau, I'm gonna call ICE on you for funsies because you decided not to vote for Hitler 1.0. You decided to not vote because of some idiotic issue called Palestine. And a bunch of VTubers, again, I'm really hurt by this. Big VTubers express themselves like that. They called people like me idiots for not voting, for not voting over a non-issue, when now evidence shows that a lot of people did end up caring about Palestine, and Palestine did end up changing the perspective that people had for the liberal party in America. So it's I like how he explains what I saw. I feel like people don't understand me. Hasan is way more articulate than I could ever be, so I really want to react to this. Why didn't you not eat? I keep forgetting, and I'm always busy.
Their existence is resistance. Their existence is perseverance. If they can continue living and surviving in spite of the odds, then you can keep advocating for them as well.
Yep, exactly. Tell me if it's too loud though. I will be pausing when I talk though, so no worries.
Let's get to this story as well. Robin Banks, thank you for the 10 gifted subs.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he proposed that the U.S. actually take over the Gaza Strip, to even open up the possibility of sending troops. The Gaza's entire population of roughly 2 million people should move elsewhere, is what he said. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce has more on the president's comments and all of the fallout. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. This is a brazen proposal. President Trump claiming without authority rights to one of the most contested strips of land in the world, announcing plans to displace.
I'm going to keep it $150. This is the first and last thing I'm going to say. While this is happening, if your number one goal here is to get a dunk on what you have perceived as your true enemies, you are revealing that you do not care about the awfulness that Palestinians are subjected to. We already knew that. If you were actively telling people to shut the up about a genocide, okay? But if your goal here is to be like, see, I told you Trump would be worse. Yeah, I said that shit too, okay?
Yep.
Many times over, 1,000,000 times over. That doesn't change the reality that Joe Biden still did this genocide, had all the power to end it, and refused to, okay? All you have done in this process is basically demonstrate that you didn't give a shit when Biden was doing it, and you certainly don't give a shit when Trump is doing it either, okay? So you've already lost the opportunity to even, quote-unquote, resist Trump from a hashtag liberal perspective, okay? You mean how...
And that's what I'm saying, hashtag liberal perspective. And that's what I saw, chat. In the VTuber community, it was disgusting. I could not, and I had one of those big VTubers fucking get into a dumb-ass Twitter quote retweet fight, which I ended up exposing how fucking racist they were being to me. That ended up making them delete literally every reply they did to me. You can still find the quote retweets of me responding to them, but those bitch asses, without even apologizing, deleted all of their replies. And I was fucking stupid enough to not document that shit, because that's historical evidence, chat, by the way, of how accurate the liberal party represents themselves, are people who quote do the hashtag liberal shit, where they claim that they care for people, they claim they're pro immigrant, pro human rights, pro LGBTQ, pro woman, pro whatever the fuck, pro equality. But they were the same people who were telling me to shut the fuck up and deal with the fact that Biden and whatever, what's her name, Kamala, were refusing to stop a genocide, literally. And who stopped it? Who made it less violent? Trump. Are you kidding me? It's like, okay. And now we're gonna colonize Palestine, unfortunately. Which I knew was gonna happen, but fucking hell. It hurts, but okay, less people are dying now. Like, our choices weren't that great, but how come the liberal party, the supposed good guys, continue to genocide? And how come that liberal VTuber was making fun of me for not voting and making me the bad guy? How come you're not going out there talking for these people, trying to make things right, advocate for Palestinians? Just because you don't give a fuck, you're a racist. And you're more evil than the conservatives. That's how I see it. At least those fuckers tell me they want me to die to my face. But you say, oh, Martin Luther King said this, but fuck the Palestinians. Like, okay, booyah bars, I guess. Fuck you, bitch. No. It's crazy. And VTubers did that, chat. The good guy VTubers too. It wasn't even the conservative VTubers. It wasn't even the lowly guys, crazy, whatever, pink eye, lowly guy, bunny guy. Those fuckers, okay, yeah, okay. They made their convictions clear. But what about the VTubers who are like freaking doing the hashtag? Oh my god, they do pink washing, peace washing. They exposed their true colors. It fucking sucked because I followed this person because I thought they were like very progressive. I thought it was very brave of them to be calling out discriminatory things in the VTuber community. And they were a big, bigger than I could ever be right now. And the fact that they went up to me and started calling me things, then making fun of me, basically saying, you got what you wanted, by the way, Tama. How do you feel about having immigrant children in cages in America now? And I was like, you fucking dumbass bitch. I was one of those children, and that has been happening forever. It's not happening now all of a sudden that Trump's president. No, it's been a thing for a long fucking time, and I've seen it in my fucking life. What the fuck are you talking about? And when I said that, that's when they deleted all of their replies. This is why I'm talking about this, chat. It's scary, man. It's scary how everyone's okay with these people saying all of this shit, but I'm the one making people feel uncomfortable when I say stuff about what? Europeans, Americans, white people. I'm the bad guy, by the way. So it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, open your goddamn eyes. And I really like how Hasan, like, it really hits the nail with this. I'm like, yes, Hasan's the only person here on Twitch, on this earth, who makes me feel like I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy for feeling this way. Thank you, Hasan. Jesus Christ.
How they're subjected to Hamas? What? Lightweight baby safe travels?
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
He's also just being open about doing the same things Biden was doing quietly, except there's a lot less death actively happening. Yes, we went from Genocide Joe to Genocide Don. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it. But for people that immediately run to, make it seem like they give a shit, they don't.
They don't give a
hope
shit.
Everyone's happy now that they got Genocide Joe out of the office. It's like, the f do you mean? Yeah, he was. What are we? Are we joking? Was he not doing it? Like all of a sudden? That's how you can tell who has a heart or not. I told you so is not fun to do when there's someone suffering and you were just right about it happening one way or another. Yeah, you're not going to hear me say I told you so, even though I did say this, because I'm not a piece of shit, okay?
Yeah.
Same goes for my former podcast co-host. I think it was Sean the Black who said, if you got a longer compilation of you saying the N-word with a hard R than the amount of times that you've spent on defending Palestinians, then we got a problem. Maybe you don't give a fuck about them. You know what I mean? Maybe you didn't care under any leadership. You can try to present yourself as caring, but if your ambitions and your motivation simply revolves around, calling your former podcast co-host an anti-Semite and a radical terrorist over and over again, perhaps most people who do care about the issue understand that you don't.
Yeah.
then
which is so devastating. I'm parasocial as fuck, chat. I don't think there's anything wrong with being parasocial as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. But I feel like my parents just went through a divorce. And thank God they went through a divorce. I did not want the divorce to happen, but it needed to happen. And Hasan got custody over me. But who he's talking about is Ethan fucking Klein. And Ethan Klein introduced me to Hasan, which is crazy. And I thought Ethan was a good person. I thought Ethan, I hated Ethan, chat. That guy did so much racist shit on YouTube back in the good old times of YouTube. And me as a child, I saw all that racist shit and I said, no, I'm not a fucking freak. I don't think saying the N-word is funny. I don't think making fun of like brown and black people is funny. I never went through that phase, okay? So I was like, I hate this guy. And a bunch of my friends liked him because he was ha 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 edgy funny. I guess I grew up way before everyone else, or I'm just not a piece of shit. Like, yeah, like Hasan said, I was not a piece of shit kid, right? But I never liked that guy. And then all of a sudden, I saw him go through this change and him admit his wrongdoings and say, hey, I'm not like this anymore. I'm a liberal. I want to change, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you a chance. And I thought they were changing, and they did change for the better. And that's why him and Hasan became friends and even did a podcast together called Leftovers. And the way things have turned out now is so crazy. It reaffirmed my distrust for people who claim to care about you and not when they do like nothing, absolutely nothing to make you feel safe. Nothing. Hasan's going through this phase right now where his co-host that has many followers and is considered a liberal on the YouTube space, saying conservative right-wing propaganda and spreading false rumors about Hasan just to harass, dox, and hate on him for being pro-Palestine. That's all it is. And yeah, I guess he never changed. He was a piece of shit from the get-go. The whole liberal shit was a facade. It was a lie. And for me, I've seen that my entire life. That's why, you know, as a child, I would see that as well. It's like, oh, this person says they care about me, but they fucking spit on me and call the cops on me the chance they get to do that, you know? It's like that stress of always like wondering who the fuck is on your side or not. Like, can I trust you? Are you gonna say some racist shit eventually? If I correct you on something, are you gonna get offended by it? I don't know. Like, how safe can I feel towards you? So it's really frustrating. It's like them. I won't be voting for Democrats. Now, Democrats, do something. Fafo. I don't know what the fafo means, but it's just like, what are you saying that? What do you mean? Yes, Democrats, stop the genocide, please. That'd be nice. Stop killing children, please. Gracias. That'd be cool. I feel like that'd be fucking cool. What do you mean? Why is that something wrong to say? Are you crazy? What does this even say of it? As a Middle Eastern and Muslim voter, I will not be voting for Biden-Harris in 2024. Same for me. I cannot vote for a cabinet that willfully murders innocent civilians and is complicit in a genocide. Sorry, folks, can't be me. That decision has been made. That's literally what I said as well. And I got shit for it from a big content creator, a VTuber, okay? Literally, I'm literally a nobody, bruh. I'm a nobody. And this content creator thought they could get in a debate with me and think that they could prove that I was wrong. Bitch, no, I'm always right. What are you talking about? Especially when it comes to like stuff like this. Like, I know your game. I've studied you. I know you. You've discriminated against me. I've seen people like you my entirety of my life. It's just so, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Why? oh my God, it's just like, it's crazy.
I won't be voting for Democrats. Now Democrats do something, fuck around and find out.
Fuck around
Like,
and
what is
find
this,
out.
man?
That's what that
The f-
means.
is this? The f- is this? So you just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And for the record, this is
Wow.
not just about Gaza for me either. I've
No,
said this
it's
exact
multiple
same thing
things.
about undocumented migrants.
Yes, which is another issue that personally affects me. Okay? Literally, it's an attack on my existence. Thank you, Hasan. Hasan's the only person who's talked about my pain and my experiences, which is why I love him so much. And now my dad loves him too. Dad sometimes sends me text. He hates him, by the way. It's so funny. Like, my dad was a Hasan hater, and I'm like, no, Dad, just watch him. Just watch him, Gordo. Watch him. And my dad's like, oh, Tama, I hate him. And I'm like, listen, Gordo, listen. Just give it some time. Just eventually things will make sense to you. And my dad's like hate watching, but with love. It's very interesting. He goes, fucking Hasan, that guy's so annoying. But he's so right, Tama. What do you think about the issues, blah blah blah, and then we start having like these political discussions. It's so funny. And I go, okay, we'll go to the like blah, 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 blah. So me and my dad have political discussions all the time, and my dad loves the fact that Hasan has been very vocal about the Mexican president, the new Mexican elected president, that I have no trust for because of my trauma with like the liberal leaders in America. So I thought, like, you know, this new chick, this president female chick, you know, who identifies as a woman. Sorry, I think female's a bad word, apparently. So, but I see myself as female. I think they see themselves as that. I'm not using it in a derogatory way, but I'll try not to use that word again. My bad. This woman president, she has been bringing a lot of good change in Mexico.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
You're right. Do I sound like a smoker again? That's actually concerning. That's how exhausted I am, that my voice still hasn't woken up yet. Because I woke up 30 minutes before stream and I still have this voice on. That's crazy. Pero gracias, Matrix. She's been forgiving loans. She's been making sure that loan corporations weren't fucking over people, and are implementing punishments for corporations that are, you know, being shady in Mexico chat. And you guys probably don't know anything about Mexico, but it's like, I grew up knowing that the government is corrupt. So the government actually slowly changing for the better is something so crazy to me. And my dad, for the first time in my life, my dad has been so hopeful, and he told me, and it's crazy. It makes me want to cry. My dad goes, Tama, I think my country is finally working. Is finally. I think there's hope for Mexico now, unless America tries to fuck it up like they always do. But I feel hope for my people in Mexico, and I've never felt that hope. I gave up on that country, possibly because I don't have much loyalty to it because I wasn't born there. But my dad, like, you know, shit happens, and it's like, it's your country. You want the best for your people. And my dad gets so excited when Hasan talks about Mexico. It's just like that feeling, chat. Even my dad understands that feeling of not having a safe space where someone acknowledges your people's pain and makes you feel safe and wants the best for you, that, you know, racially speaking. Okay. And again, this is why I talk about this, and this is why I'm passionate about it. And so, like, ain't the government corrupt everywhere? Well, I didn't claim that it wasn't. I didn't claim that there's a perfect government. I mean, I'm literally talking about how corrupt my government is in America. Am I supposed to accept that and move on? No, that's being a bitch ass. I want things to change. And in Mexico, people people are suffer more. You know, it's a third world country basically. Okay, it's a third world country, and issues there, you know, you want it to change. Yeah, but at least if you see change in good, then that's at least a start. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about with my dad. My dad is finally seeing hope in his country, like change for the better. You know, I think the corruptness of there, where if something, you know, the drug overlords that are controlled by America, by the way, aren't fucking killing everyone when willy-nilly whenever they want to. They're not fucking kidnapping protesters, fucking college protesters who want to advocate for better, you know, for the rights of people. They're not kidnapping like over hundreds of protesters and murdering them. It's like, you guys don't know, okay? Like, there's a lot of things going on in every country, of course, but people don't care about it. That's my issue. And it's like, when you have one person who knows what they're talking about to a certain extent and validates those feelings, it means a lot. And so that's my whole point. My whole point is not to start a debate about which government is worse than the other. My whole point is that we need people to be more vocal, or at least accepting and understanding of people who suffer from corruptness. That's my point. Hola, hi Sheena Monday. ¿Hablas en español? ¿Cómo estás? Please look at the pinned. If possible, I am talking about like very serious topics right now, and if that's not your cup of tea, then I recommend you to leave. But if you wanna stay in here, pues está bien. ¡Claro! Okay, se me olvida. I'm sorry. Es que cuando alguien dice hola, siempre les contesto en español y entonces me salen con que, ay, pues no sé hablar en español. Dije, pues ni yo. Ya me he pasado por aquí antes hablando español. Sí, pero se me olvida porque hay mucha gente también que ha pasado por aquí que según hablan en español y se me olvida también, pero perdóname, pero pues sí. No, sí, I remember. Sí me recuerdo, pero nada más, pues no me puedo recordar de toda la gente que habla en español en mi chat, ¿ves? Pero muchas gracias por regresar. Gracias, thank you very much. Pero sí, ahorita estamos hablando de un tema muy, pues, muy oscura. Entonces, por favor, lea el pin. Y si quieres oír las cosas que estoy hablando, de las cosas que estoy hablando, pues be my guest. Yeah, no estás with the big boobas. No, es como dije la otra vez, ese model no va a regresar. A lo mejor hasta el próximo año, a lo mejor voy a hacer un redeem de 100,000 puntos. ¿Puntos? What? Puntos, my bad. Yo no sé hablar en español, Yo no hablo en español. Soy pocha. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make that model into like a 100,000 point redeem, maybe. So if you guys want to see that model again, then yeah, maybe. It's funny. They go, yeah, I remember you, but you don't have the booba model anymore. That's so fucking funny. I'm like, oh yes, I've been here before. Of course. Yeah, you don't have your boobs anymore. Oh, shit. Yeah, don't worry, I can also understand you in English. No, sí está bien. Pero es que yo quiero practicar mi español también, entonces por eso estoy hablando en español. But now I'm gonna go back to English. Fuck. But let's go back. I forgot what I was saying. But let's go back to this. Jesus Christ. I'm literally Hasan. We've only been watching for 3 minutes and 38 seconds. And it's been like, oh my God, almost like 20 minutes since I started playing this video. Ay. Well, that's good. That means I'm reacting. So I'm not stealing content.
Okay. I said the exact same thing. in the aftermath of Trump's electoral victory, Democrats were talking about how they're going to call ICE on their neighbors.
Yep.
That if they have any immediate family members of undocumented neighbors that they have that have voted for Trump, they're going to call ICE on their neighbors. I was like, what the are you doing? Then you are a piece of shit. You're not an ally. You're not a friend. Okay? Like, you're a ginormous piece of shit. You're a bad person. You are no different than the Republicans that I hate. And the same goes for this as well. Sean's other banger. Any creator for Kamala that refused the DNC access to speak up for Palestinian liberation right off? Okay. Biden absolutely paved the way for Trump to continue the genocide. Yeah.
Yes.
And ironically enough, Trump paved the way for October 7 to happen because American foreign policy is uniparty and they only go in one direction. Okay?
So
That's
they
it.
both have a
Right-wing
big
Coke
play
just
to
did
it. So.
this. Just filed an ICE report against the grandma, the Indian kid Elon Musk hired because she overstayed her visa. Dark woke. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. It's a dark woke is just a meme for the most part. I think dark woke is when you're supposed to actually be ruthless to the individual Republicans, not like, you know, their grandparents. But dark woke is a joke anyway. That person is joking.
That's a
Still
meme.
a gross joke, but whatever. I don't understand why liberals can't actually focus their angst, their animosity, their anger on shit that actually matters in terms of, you know, like people with power.
Yeah.
Why don't they do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Instead, they focus on a small ass VTuber, me, and start blaming me for like the own suffering of my people in the United States of America. I am the reason why that there's kids in cages is basically what that motherfucker said to me. And I'm like, bro, what are you're saying that to someone who suffered from that? Are you hearing yourself? Are you crazy? Are you okay?
Why don't they do that?
I don't know.
Why do they focus on weak people? Why do they dunk on the people that are going to get over under the Biden administration or under the Trump administration?
Either way, I'm fucked. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, sure. They're going to get over worse under the Trump administration. Good. I knew that as well.
Yes, me too.
I said it as well. What do you want? A cookie? You want a medal? You want a ribbon? Lock in.
Lock in.
Look, technically right now,
I don't know if you can say that.
I don't know if you can say that. I mean, I know that the amount of Palestinians in Gaza are dying today is less than it was during the Biden administration.
So
Yep.
USA.
Wow. I'm sure all the liberals who really like Sam Cedar but really despise me will be shocked to find out that he had an identical perspective to mine. You didn't say Trump would be worse hard enough when Kamala was saying she wouldn't do anything different? Yeah, I know. Wait, what? You're joking, I hope. I hope you're not saying that like sincerely, because that is kind of what liberals are saying right now as they desperately look for the real reasons why Kamala Harris lost, which is a collection of
the chatter goes, yes, I'm
online,
joking.
and not because she hugged and kissed Liz Cheney while simultaneously actively pushing out Palestinians or Arabs or Muslims from the coalition of voters. Like, genuinely, they just kept saying, we don't want your votes.
Yep.
We don't want your nasty ass votes. Those liberals can't attack Sam on aesthetic grounds, though, because he's very calm at all times. Yeah. And it's also difficult to call Sam anti-Semitic too. You know,
he's Jewish.
He is an older Jewish man who is very calm when he describes these things, and not a scary Muslim. You know,
Yeah.
If only there were people who were yelling from the rooftops over and over again about how unimaginably dangerous the Trump administration would be for a multitude of different reasons, including but not limited to Gaza, and that the Democratic Party should launch the best possible defense against that, and that they were being pathetic and weak, not meeting the needs or the demands of the American population. Remember that tweet from Destiny a week or two from the election? Talking about how if they won it, it would be proof that they didn't need lefties like you and they should excise you from the progressive movement. Yeah. Meanwhile, he excised himself, you know, by being a alleged sex criminal.
Through to him finally.
Do I think that ultimately Trump is going to be worse than Harris. You know, Harris was also a hypothetical.
Yeah.
And I will say,
all we were
I have
going
pretty
against
negative
was
prognosis of what I think she would have
But,
done.
but Obama stood up to
Idiots are calling Sam your token Jew. Sam Cedar has been doing political commentary since I was basically shitting in my diapers. What are we talking about? What? I think you're mistaken it. Yeah, it's so weird. I guess Bernie Sanders, Felix Biederman, Alex, Gabor Mate, Noam Chomsky, Norm Finkelstein, like a million different
Norm Finkelstein
Jewish
is really, really good. I really recommend you guys hearing his commentary on Palestine as well. We might eventually hear him, but such a powerful man, literally, like has always been speaking for the rights of Palestinians, and his anger and sadness through it all when he explains things to people from Israel since way before October 7th is quite amazing. There's a lot of people who Sam Cedar, actually, I don't know if you guys have watched Bob's Burgers before. I love that show. It's so fucking funny. I love that show. It's like normal funny. But Bob's Burgers, you know, the inspector guy? Sam Cedar voices that guy. The guy who inspects the restaurant, the little short guy who's in love with Linda. Yeah. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but I love Bob's Burgers. It's so real and funny to me. But Sam Cedar, I didn't know that Sam Cedar was a political commentator for liberals. So far he's been very, he's actually like speaking on issues in a way that matters. I mean, I don't want people to misinterpret me again when I criticize something about people who usually do bad things. I do want to make it clear that I'm not like overgeneralizing in the sense where I think everyone's like that. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, okay, every liberal is a piece of shit. That's not what the takeaway is. I'm frustrated with people who claim to care when they don't, basically. And I'm frustrated with other certain groups of people who've done shitty things to people like me, and I feel like I have the right to express that. And I don't really appreciate people like making a joke out of it and basically saying, oh, Tama hates this group of people. Like, imagine if someone just goes, Tama hates liberals. If it was like if that's all you take away from like what I've been speaking these past like almost 2-3 hours, I can't count, then what are you, do you lack empathy for humanity? Like how is that the main focus from what I'm saying, kind of thing? So of course I'm going to have value. I'm going to listen to people who are different from me, but care. Even if we have like small differences in beliefs, if they show to me that they do value me as a human being and they treat me as one and won't change up on me randomly when at a time where I'm going to need them the most, then yeah, of course I'm gonna value your input, kind of thing. It's just like I feel lately people have been not taking me seriously and just like, making jokes of things that are serious, and or not taking me seriously sometimes when I try to like point out things that I feel threatened by, so again, please like just listen to what I'm saying. If I'm too much of a woman who speaks her mind, and if you can't take that, then yeah, please leave. Like it's fine. But I don't want anyone to leave TamaTalks like when I end stream. I don't want people to feel threatened by me after I finish after I finish talking about serious issues. or not even only TamaTalks. Sometimes it slips out, you know, when I'm talking, when I'm playing a game, or when I'm just like chilling or doing something. Like, I don't want to censor myself just to cater to you feeling comfortable, you know. This shit is like is something traumatic that I have to deal with every day, especially people who have it worse than me. So it's like, I feel like people have to just really give me a chance and take me more seriously. Because like how I said in the beginning, the first 30 minutes of this stream, I'm realizing a lot of things, and I might have to, like, I don't know. I might have to figure out how I want to interact with people, or how I want my chat to interact with others, kind of thing. So but yeah, it's just don't misunderstand me, please. Okay, just have an open mind if you're still here.
Holocaust scholars that are anti-Israel, Noah Colwyn, every single person that I just mentioned here, Elon Pape, all Jewish, all anti-Zionist.
That's a cool last name. I like that.
Okay, they just, you know, they're all my tokens, I guess.
He's being sarcastic also if you're acoustic guitar, but he's being very sarcastic. This is why my dad didn't really like Hasan, because sometimes Hasan says things like in this monotone voice. It makes it sound like he's actually just saying that. It's like, yeah, all of these people who are talking about Palestine are my token people to make me look good. And then you go, what the fuck are you saying? No, he's being sarcastic, okay? So also learn sarcasm if you have a hard time with that as well. I do my best to learn that as well. You should try it too if you have issues with it.
It's just like, how do you not realize how unimaginably anti-Semitic that shit is? Did you cover Hutch's reaction? No, I don't cover Hutch's reaction to anything. Is there a new Call of Duty map out? Maybe I covered that. Considering how consistently wrong he is, why in the ever-loving would I ever?
He's talking about other streamers.
Professionally wrong all the time.
Professional wrong. Yes.
Like,
Let's go back to this.
He owes him money for that bet.
The Netanyahu with the Iran deal, like, it's possible that Democrats would do it. It's not possible.
But the circumstances have to align again. Like, I agree, but I just want to say, like, I think even I was saying it was worth voting for Harris over Trump, even if you said a null difference, because I think that's frankly the safest thing to credibly promise. Because I wouldn't predict any backbone from Harris on this.
More people have died during
ceasefire, but
Biden.
Well, who knows? But Scott from Detroit, it shouldn't be Sam's job to make the argument that Harris would be 1% better on Gaza. The Harris campaign was unwilling to directly say, we'll be 1% better on Gaza.
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It falls on them. The people that are blaming the voters on this, I mean, come on. Like, it's the same people right now, and I don't want to be too online about it, so it's a throwaway comment, but the same people that are saying, like, dunking.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe the people did not respond to harm reduction arguments. Unironically, when on this issue at least, the Democrats didn't even do harm reduction arguments.
They didn't.
It was actually Democratic Party boosters that were fantasizing about harm reduction arguments that the Democrats weren't even making themselves. The Democrats broadly communicated that they wanted to excise Muslims, Palestinians, anyone who's anti-war from their coalition. They openly did that.
They did.
Peep the date. Summoning circle. Mitch McConnell fall down the stairs. Wait, what? He's fallen down the stairs before. That's the craziest part. If Israel detested Biden slightly less and Blinken hadn't left work early every day to slather his face in shoe polish and commit musical crimes in his garage, you'd be defending the failed implementation of Bluesman's identical plan rather than pretending it didn't exist. Call me callous. But watching Trump do exactly what he promised to do and all the left is being like, no, it's so funny to me. At least there's no more Genocide Joe, right? Yeah, there isn't any Genocide Joe anymore. It's Genocide Don now. Like, what is the
That's
argument?
so
that,
stupid.
Like, Donald Trump being even marginally worse potentially down the line than because he's going to be that way, obviously.
Yeah.
There's no world in which Donald Trump.
But like the thing is like less people are dying in Palestine now because of Trump. It's like, and people are still dying though. Things have not gotten better. But it's like they didn't want to stop killing children. Chad, I don't understand why that's so wrong to not like. Stop killing children and stop giving money to the people killing children. I mean, and no, we're still giving the money, of course. Again, fucking hell, like, shit. Things are not better, but like, is that why you shouldn't be making fun of people like me who are anti-war? Like, what is going on? Is that a VTuber? Darny VTuber. Donny side. Stop. Okay, chat is so funny, bro. My bad. I got distracted. Yo, shout out to Darny for making a funny
It comes
meme.
across as better, right? Except for the brief moment of solace given to the Palestinians. You're so delusional, it's sad. Answer my question. Have you thought about a dress recently? Oh no, Trump is making everything better again. Aren't you happy? No men will be competing in women's sports. You're so delusional, it's sad. Brother,
Okay.
we moved on from this conversation, okay?
Yeah.
We're watching your glorious king suck the penis of the Israeli leader, okay? A country that would not exist without our unlimited support. Hey, Trump supporter. Hey, Trump supporter, watch this. Look at this. I mean, Genocide Joe is a piece of shit. But let me tell you, I haven't seen him do this before. Hold on. We call this in the industry.
What are you
we call
doing?
this full service, okay?
What?
It's called full service, baby.
Oh,
Check
yeah.
that shit out. You like that? Look at your daddy. Look at your daddy, dude. Look at
Yeah.
your daddy showing respect to his own daddy. Look at that. Ooh. Thank you, sir. Please be comfortable in your seat. Please, sir. I hope you had a wonderful day today. Another $1 billion of weapons coming your way, sir. I came
That's
from a
fucked
middle
up,
class
man.
family. The f does that have to do with
Yeah,
anything?
who the fuck cares? That's another talking point. They're like, well, I'm poor. I've suffered. How dare you? Fuck you. And I'm like, well, okay, and you're still a piece of shit. Like, okay. You can suffer. You can also be like, you can also be a person of color and be racist, by the way. That's a thing. I've seen Mexicans be racist against their own kind. It's kind of weird. And when that happens, me and my mom get mad. It's like, oh my god, like they can't see the pinche nopal en la pinche cabezota que tienen. Because in America, like there's certain people, like, again, it's all for survival. If you don't blend in, Nani, sorry, what was that? What was that noise? If you don't blend in America, the likelihood of you being discriminated against is very high. So a lot of people who are born in America and are from a different country end up actually becoming racist against other people like them, especially their own kind, out of survival, because that's like the only way they can survive. It's really fucked up, of course. Like, I don't like people like that, but that's just like another reality as well, is that's kind of where I was heading too. I think I was my family was in that very unfortunate state of like survival. You know, this is how we have to survive. We have to cater to these people. And while simultaneously being like, oh, I hate it when people are racist to us. It's just such a weird, like, brain rot mentality that only happens. Well, I don't know if it only happens in America, but mostly happens in America. And it's very annoying when when you're telling something to someone and trying to inform them of something, and they go, well, I have suffered too, or I'm Mexican, by the way, Or I'm like, okay, yeah, but you can still be wrong and a racist piece of shit. I'm telling you to stop doing whatever the fuck you're doing. Like, chill out, bro. Like, daddy, chill.
Here's your goat, okay? How does that make you feel? You cuck? You stupid cuck piece of shit? Maybe
okay.
Hasan, like, you think
Hasan's getting mad now, which is why a lot of people don't like watching him. My dad as well.
This morning,
Anyway,
But let's go. Yeah. Anyway, Hasan,
real motion
focus.
here.
Palestinian
Anyway, let's get to the real
population and turned
story.
Gaza into, quote, the Riviera of the Middle East. This morning, a stunning proposal from an American
I guess Hasan's like me.
Donald
That's why I
Trump,
can
with the
tolerate
Israeli
him.
Prime Minister by his side, declaring that the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip and calling for the permanent resettlement of roughly 2 million Palestinians.
2
The
million.
U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site.
And he says he's willing to use the U.S. military to do it.
We'll do what is necessary. If it's necessary, we'll do that. We're going to take over that piece, and we're going to develop it, create thousands and thousands of jobs.
Benjamin Netanyahu seemingly on board with the plan.
I think it's something that could change history, and it's worthwhile
Fucked up.
really pursuing this avenue.
The real estate
Nazis,
mogul turned
bro.
president touting the potential opportunity.
I don't want to be cute. I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent.
But
So
Trump
bad.
provided no
So
details
magnificent.
on how he could do this or on what authority he could take over the sovereign territory. His proposal
So disgusting seeing what I'm saying right now and hearing. Like, I literally, when I first heard of this, I think I realized it on stream. I was like, so we're colonizing Gaza? We're pushing people out and creating our jobs, putting McDonald's and shit on there and having all of these colonizers live there, and it's so fucked up, chat. It's just so I don't know, man. No, I do know. But it's like, again, I think I'm going to end it here because we only have 15 minutes left. But thank you, Hasan, for your 15 minutes. Okay, thanks. If you guys want to watch the rest of it, he has way better commentary. He gets distracted a lot by the haters, but I mean, he streams like 10 hours every day and is constantly being attacked by these bad people in chat and outside of chat. So give the guy a break as well. He's doing more good than being annoying. But let's end this news report.
Likely a violation of international law.
It is a violation of international law.
Ownership position, and I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East. And everybody I've spoken to, this was not a decision made lightly.
The big question, who would live there? Trump broadly suggesting everyone is welcome, but he made it clear.
Dude, the international law is over. Okay, it's never been more over than at this moment.
The implications of this too, when it comes to international law, chat, is so fucking scary. Everyone is on board with this. So many people don't care about this. This is gonna happen again. This just made colonization legal. Do you understand that? In modern times. Okay. That's why it's so scary. Okay. Who are they gonna go after next? Okay. What third world country are they gonna go after next? Just think about that, chat. Think about it.
Joe Biden already basically destroyed it. Especially important to address because he was supposed to be the reasonable adult in the room that wasn't like Donald Trump, that would renege on like previous American foreign policy decisions like Donald Trump did when he destroyed the Iran denuclearization agreement and things like that. And Donald Trump came in and was like, yeah, no, what do you mean international rule-based order? I make the rules, I give you the orders, you follow them. That's just how it's supposed to work. Which in some respects is honest. It's brutally honest, right?
It is honest, yeah.
There's honesty there. There's truth there. Okay.
Yep.
But
Yes.
it's over. It's done. Donald Trump is once again showcasing that it's super done. In many respects, I've talked to a lot of well-intentioned people out here, and their perspective on America's placement around the planet, especially in places like Japan, and this was championed by the JCP as well, this perspective was, and people that are constantly in their minds living under the ever-present threat of China and Russia, right? Outside of the sphere of American influence. They were truly terrified of Vladimir Putin's actions, which is understandable. I think we here in the United States of America, even though I'm in Japan right now, don't necessarily see the threat of a despot or a tyrant or someone who is just like willing to just go, nah, I'm taking this shit. It's mine now.
Yes. Actually, that's a really valid point, because he's in Japan. He was in Japan. He's been in Japan twice while I've been in Japan, but I've been a good girl. I don't go out and seek him, even though I want to go and say thank you for helping me be a better person. But yeah, Japan here, my coworkers have been really worried about it and have asked me my opinion about a lot of things too. Why? Because, well, they're fucked. They're surrounded by countries that can end them. I'm speaking about Japan, right? So it's like, again, you people need to think about this, like the implications, the realizations of things, where it's like, it's over. We can ruin more lives. And it seems like no one's trying to stop it. And I feel like we shouldn't accept that, you know? We should try to stop it. At least do the bare minimum. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Boop. That's enough intensity for today. And again, I do this once a week. I think it's important. You know, a lot of people just don't know, which is fair. It's fair. I'm not gonna hate on someone who doesn't know, right? But I want to see myself as a person. If I'm able to educate someone, then I'll try to educate them, you know. So yeah. So to whoever, I have 11 viewers right now. That's crazy. What? Okay. Ow. You know what, chat? I have not been looking at the viewership specifically during TamaTalks because I get super depressed. But thank you to everyone who's here listening to me. Jesus Christ. 14 viewers all of a sudden when I said that. Okay. Thank you so much for the support. Even if you were just lurking, and at least if you were listening to me, thank you so much. Again, I think if you were to hear my last talks, you will be able to see my life in a more clear way, like my perspective on life and how I was raised. And it's very intense, and you know, stuff I have to think about all the time is crazy. So the fact that people are willing to listen to that and you know, it makes me feel less crazy and alone. So thank you so much for that, guys. Can we raid Sikshan? I don't know if they're streaming, but going back to the topic I spoke of earlier today, I feel like I'm not, when it comes to TamaTalks, I don't think I should raid out to people because of the topics that I've been talking about. Especially if they have like some sort of bot that summarizes what the stream was about. I don't want to make people uncomfortable, and that has happened before now, like 3 times now, where I kind of, you know, I have to rethink how I do things and how I have to make sure with who is okay with what, and it's just a lot of things happening. If you guys want to know the context, please just watch the first 30 minutes of the VOD. But I think for TamaTalks, I won't be rating people, just so I won't make people uncomfortable unless I explicitly know that they agree with my values. So yeah, I'm not gonna rate anymore for Tuesdays TamaTalks. It's just it's been made clear to me that I've made a bunch of people uncomfortable with the things I say, and I just don't want to force people to feel that way. I just got here at the very end of that video. Is the stream over? Yes, I'm ending right now, actually. But thank you for dropping by, Star. Thank you for dropping by. KK, see ya. See ya, Frankie. Thank you for dropping by as well. I'm really happy that you sat down here and listened to me. You were here for, actually, yeah, you were here for the entire stream. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Oh, Ryomen Sukuna, sorry about that. I didn't say hi. Did I say hi? My bad. But thank you for dropping by. I'll see you, everyone, okay? Again, it means a lot to me. I'm not gonna raid again until I figure things out with this whole political thing that I'm going through, apparently. And again, this is for the sake of people, not making people uncomfortable, because I've done that with TamaTalks and with the things that I talk about. Okay, y'all. I'll see you later, alligators. At least we can hear the ending screen. We haven't heard that in a long time. Boop. Back in my younger days, I would end stream after this song ended. So we haven't done that in a long time. And I want that to be like a... What's it called? I want that to be a habit. Every end of stream end of stream. I can't talk. I'm losing brain cells as I speak. Okay. I have a lot of things to work on too. But I'm glad I ended stream early. Shit, finally, for once in my life. Anyway, chat, the stream will end after the song ends. See you guys later, alligators. Bye bye.
してるから今